last time is now. Who is going to be John Cena's final opponent? Good question. Does anybody know the answer? I certainly don't. It'd be interesting to see though. We are going to go and have a look today at some of these really cool figures that I fell in love with called wrestling's heels and faces. They sell a lot of them in Rock and Roll Collectibles in Birmingham. I've picked the majority of my ones up from there. Got a few from other places, toy fairs and so on and so forth, but I love them. And they keep bringing more and more out, not only of those, but also the wrestling Megastars and various others, epic toys, and I just love them. These are figures I'd have loved to have had as a kid, and now having the chance to have them looking even better than they probably would have done if they were released by Hasbro in the 90s is awesome. So we're going to have a look at some of those in today's video. Please like, subscribe, leave your comments, enjoy the video guys, and I will see you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 80s and 90s Retro Collector. Boom! Boom! Boom!
You are watching 80s and 90s Retro Collector.
As soon as I saw the heels and faces figures being advertised, I just fell in love with them, especially this one of Ric Flair from WrestleMania 8. One of my favourite matches, Ric Flair vs Macho Man Randy Savage for the WWF title. And I think they got this figure so spot on. And then I started looking at some of their other stuff and following them on Instagram and Zombie Sailor Toys. Just thought these are so cool. And then when I headed down to Rock and Roll Collectibles in Birmingham, they had quite a few in there. So I just had to pick them up and start a little collection there. I love this Sabu. When you look at the detail on these, I mean, I love them because they are so much like the WWF Hasbros, but the detail, it's just great, and the cards are awesome. And I love how they've done the bit in the corner there, like obviously like the SummerSlam 1990 cards had, with the SummerSlam 91 giveaway on. But yeah, I love that. So when I went back there, I'm like, you know what, I've got to get that again, because it is my favourite figure. Absolutely love it. Some of the other ones, the one-man gang, who went on to be become Akeem, the African Dream. A strange, bizarre, funny gimmick that was given to the one-man gang, but he made it work, and yeah. I bet they've got the print of the autographs, signatures on here as well, like the Hasbros. The Slickster. And they've got all of these figures spot on. You're not looking at them. I mean, if they're off the card and going, well, who's that meant to be? Bad News Allen, who in the World Wrestling Federation in the 80s and early 90s wrestled as Bad News Brown. And Jesse Ventura famously said as he was coming to the ring, I think WrestleMania 4 or 5, Bad News Brown doesn't want any friends. Yeah, he looks pretty mean on there. Another one I loved. This was the last one there. They'd sold these pretty fast because this was the last one sitting on the shelf, and I loved it as well. King Kong Bundy. Not so great when he did the comeback at around WrestleMania 11 time, but earlier on, WrestleMania 2 main event with Hulk Hogan, King Kong Bundy, a legend. This big bully Usyk. I mean, the figure's just so cool. I don't think that I can remember seeing. I think I've seen one match with this guy from like a WWF Superstars that I watched on from '93. I was shocked when I recently looked in the '91, '92 sticker albums that I picked up complete, that he's in that, and I do not remember seeing him in it as a youngster. But yeah, cool figure. Just for safe measure, so cool. I'm like, let's just get another two of them. The one-man gang. And then you've obviously got the Grapplers and Gimmicks. Love these as well because of just how much they are like the WWF Hasbro line. Sensational Sherry there wearing the WrestleMania 8 attire. And then the British Bulldog and Diana Hart-Smith. This is great from like SummerSlam 92. And these are some of the WWE retro figures. I didn't like that many of these. I'm really looking forward to the WWE's new releases of CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jesse the Body Ventura, and Virgil as Ted DiBiase's bodyguard. But these ones I liked. Thought they got these pretty accurate. Vader, it was Big Van Vader in WCW. Mean Gene Okerlund. And I love this. I really like this one. Paul Bearer. I love the face on that. Yeah, on there. So yeah, they're the three there that I really liked. I have got quite a few of these, but they're not. I'm not that mad on them, but I do really love those three, especially Hall. They've got the Wild Man Mark Merrow with the Wild Stomp. This was just a case of, let's just get one extra one. What one we going for? Let's get this. It's yeah, pretty good likeness there. It's pretty cool. Wild Man Mark Merrill, Dan Hyson. I saw him, and this is a very loud card. Look, and I like the detail and the wow, £20. Gotta have that. It just really looked good on the in the collection there. Got our WrestleMania 8 Macho Man Randy Savage. What he wore in his match against Ric Flair. So when Dan Plastic came up to me at Sandown and said, "Oh, I've got something you might like," I went, "Oh wow, yes please." And back to the heels and faces here. Andre the Giant. Now I haven't displayed these, you know, like some collectors display like all the heels and faces there, and all the Hasbro with the different series, all in perfect order. What I do is put the ones, what I personally like looking at together there. So there's no order of old. There's the heels and faces. There's the wrestling megastars, and so on and so forth. If I like how they display, and normally it's like me, I'll put my favourite wrestlers in one spot, and the ones I didn't really mind in another. So yeah, I don't display any of them in any particular order, like I know a lot of collectors do, and they look great when they do, but that's not how I do it. I just like to mix them up. So yeah, I like this Andre. Dino Bravo. Canada's strongest man, apparently, wasn't he? And this guy, one of the best of all time, in my opinion, from wrestling Megastars, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Look at the face, look. It's got it spot on, haven't they? And Double J. Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett. Ain't I great? Ain't I great? Looks like that one was at the San Diego Comic Con. Yeah. Wrestling Megastars. Had to get this legend. Eddie Guerrero Latino hit. And from the WWE retro figures, this is my favourite. This is the only one that I think outdid the WWF Hasbro. This version of Jim the Anvil Neidhart I prefer to the version on the WWF Hasbro card. Also love this figure, Nikolai Volkov. And the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Total package Lex Luger. All-American Lex Luger, should I say, in WWF back in 93, 4 and 5 time. And we have here Unterhurst Helmsley. Look at the face. Love this. Diesel. Absolutely love the card on that. And legend Dustin Reynolds, Gold Dust. This made me laugh. Definitely not better than a WWF Hasbro Typhoon, but funny old figure. Thought we'd get him. Well, these were pretty cool. These WCW NWO mini figures here. The Macho Man. I've lost count on how many Flares and Macho Man figures I've got, but you can't have too many of those. The Undertaker with a light reflection on his face. The Undertaker, now you can see him. A very, very terrible Stone Cold Steve Austin. My goodness, what's that doing in my collection? Can't say the same for the Legion of Doom. Love those figures there, WrestleMania 15 ones. Terrible Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. Obviously, he was Mr. Perfect. Kurt Hennig figure from WCW. Like the big WCW Series 3s. It's King Haku. Tongan Death Grip. Series 2 Wrestling Megastars. Hollywood Nova. Series 2 Wrestling Megastars. Limited edition. Terrible Stone Cold. It's really not Stone Cold, is it? Why'd I get that? So, we got the Stinger from the WWE Retro releases there, Mattel. They didn't even pop their Mattel logo on the front of some of these. That's mad. Very bland. you smell what the rock is cooking? Should be key. It's a signed Tenzo. One of my favourite figures here. This version of Sable. The Bertie's $6.99 sticker on. Love that. Stomp 3 Space Domination. And my signed, woo, Ric Flair. And here's a signed Stinger. Now who can forget, right? My favourite Royal Rumble 1992, when Howard Finkel goes, "Please welcome the pristine president of the World Wrestling Federation, Mr. Jack Tunney." I mean, this guy, this useless president, really, you know, I had to pick him up. He's got like really black eyes, like he's been possessed. Limited edition, anything with that on's cool, isn't it? The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. The Hitman. Here we have a piece of Ric Flair's robe. This collectible contains an actual piece of robe that has been worn by WWE legend Ric Flair. What do we say to that? Boom. Then you've got Bobby Heenan. I mean, the commentary on Royal Rumble 92. The best president since Noriega. And you got Gorilla. Will you be serious? It's just, I just had to have him there. I mean, I don't know why. I knew my King Haku signed crown. And here we have, one of them's just fallen onto my foot. The second I saw these online, I'm like, oh man, these are excellent. Everything about these are excellent. You know what, these cards and the bubbles, they're so good. I mean, this has fallen a couple of times because I've literally run out of space. And yeah, they're just made so good. Absolutely loved them. And when I went into, popped into Rock and Roll Collectibles after going to Transformers TL Nation there, it was literally over the road there. So I'm like, let's go in, and I saw these guys. I'm like, wow, yeah. Paul Roma. So yeah, they're there. I really want them where I can, when I'm sitting watching the telly and chilling over here. There's certain ones I just want where I can see them on view, because yeah, they just makes me happy. Picked those two guys up on the opening day of Hertfordshire Vintage Toys. I'd have picked up any they had in there. Firstly, to support the shop, because I think it's a great little shop there. And secondly, because how cool are they? How cool are they? WWE Retro. Greg the Hammer Valentine, Rhythm and Blues. Had to be there with Honky. Thought that was just a little bit too nice to just be stuck on a wall where I really won't look at it that much in amongst loads of others. That one deserved to just be there. Look, they both got their guitars. Love it. Love it. My favourite Mr. Perfect figure there. Love the picture on the card of him there. And from one lot of demolition, one set of demolition here, to another which actually outdone that one. Let's go and have a look. How spectacular are these? When I was looking at their stall, Epic Toys at the Birmingham NEC, oh yes, I love them. Look at the detail, man. Look at that. I don't know about the eyes in the look, love them. I love them, Hulk. Powers of Pain. Awesome tag team. Not one of my favourites, but the figures were. I'm like, it was either out of these, I thought I'm going to get 2 lots of tag teams, the British Bulldogs. I preferred these. Yeah. Killer Bees looked alright, but then I preferred these. I just like the detail, look. Chains and that. Looking forward to the Beverly Brothers being released. Can't wait to have those guys. And then we've obviously got Warlord again. So we've got our Warlord here. We've got a signed Warlord on our other display outside here, inside this room. And this Warlord, WWF Hasbro. It's under Typhoon. That's cool. But these are so good. I just want to keep collecting these. They make me excited to be a collector. Here comes the axe, here comes the smasher, called demolition, walking disaster, pain and destruction is their middle name. Pick this up from a lovely chap at the Portsmouth Toy Fair. Look at him, man. Men on a mission. Then he went on to become King Mabel. With Sir Mo. Hip Hop Clobber. That's a heavy figure. That's even heavier than the Yoko. Thought they got this one pretty good. But, yeah, good likeness there of RVD, who I always thought was Jean-Claude Van Damme's brother in the 90s. I'm like, he must be. But no, he's not. But man, he looks like him. See why he took the name Van Damme. And he was a nice guy. I had a good chat with him. Met him in 2018 at London Olympia Comic Con. Got in there shortly after they opened. It wasn't that busy, and I was talking to him for about half an hour. He is humble and down to earth, and he loves a joke, and he's a funny, cool guy. So yeah. Like those Bendhams. Cactus Jack. All right, chef, what we having for lunch? Okay. I hardly ever took this off. Not this particular one, but I got this belt probably 1991 Christmas. Oh man, I thought I was the warrior. The same Christmas I got the face paint. I put it on, put the belt on, went running around in the street. I remember riding my bike around, and I remember I can smell the face paint now, the WWF face paint from Toys R Us there. And I copied this face paint and I wore this belt. Oh, great nostalgic memories. And I played and played and played in my ring. Were these guys, my all-time favourite WWF Hasbros, and a few Galoobs there. Also played a lot in my WCW ring. That wasn't mine from my youth. That was picked up from Foley's Retro Toys. Yeah, I want one of those in the box. Really did. Yeah. So we've got some of the more modern figures here, some Elites, the NXT ring with Roman Reigns, Galoobs, Loosey Goosey Galoobs, and the Hasbros. And if I had my way, which I have really, but probably people think I'm super crazy, I'd probably have these rings all over the place just full like that, because I just love looking at them. Got Royal Rumbles going on here, guys. 2 doinks. Little Jesse Ventura LJN there. Road Dog Jesse James from I think 98 there, Bendham. And a little thumb wrestler there of Paul Orndorff, I think. That was in the bottom of a bag with a lot of these Hasbros, because a lot of these were mine from a child. Literally, and it had been sitting in there for probably 30 years. Can't remember where I got him. Yeah. Anyhow, is there. Don't know how I accumulated so many Nasty Boys. They wasn't my favourite tag team or anything, but yeah. They're there. And there's the LJN boys over there. Gonna get a Hogan to pop on the front there. So yeah. My favourite wrestling buddy was Macho King Randy Savage. That's why he's the one that's there in a box. Then we just have a Thundercat sword. Next to Mr. Savage, yeah. It was the big man, the Quakester, the Earthquake. Look at that card. I believe one would call this a mock figure, mint on card. There's our smoking gun. Say hello to the bad guy, man. Reza Ramon.
Stevie!
Oh, he's coming out. Get in your corner. Jack, come here. He's all right. Get in your corner. Jack, come here. Stevie, he's in the corner.
Hey, come on, ref!
Jack, shut up, you twig.
Hey, come on! She! Let's go, Stevie! Come on, folks! Jordan! 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 Ryan! Ryan! Can it be over? 1, 2, ouches! Come on, referee! Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Stevie B.
You are watching the 80s and 90s Retro Collector. Subscribe.